I'll go quickly on how to upload an image that you don't own the copyright. Let's go through it. Up. This is an image of a rehearsal of a play that one of my friends gave to me for this workshop. This file is not my own source. Where does this digital file came from? Okay, you indicate own because it's the person that gave the picture to me that took it. Don't have to remember that when I prepared my workshop, I copied Simon's work, so you can get back to that and to this to the agenda. The information is there. Author, the name of my friend, Isabeau Blanche. She accepted to distribute it under common attribution share alike. Another region. Okay. The copyright holder published this work with the right of Creative Commons license. I have to add here another reason not mentioned above, which is permission pending. CC BY. Let's try that and we'll see. I'm just guessing. We'll know what it gives. Next. Okay, image zero. So it's not a good name. It's the play was called. Okay, it's a rehearsal of the play Les Amoureux at the Denis Pelletier Theater. Like this. Rehearsal. Correct? No typo? Vérifie l'orthographe. What? Okay.
You might want to change the quotation marks to English quotation marks, perhaps.
Oui. English.
Looks great.
Okay, here, and we can see the comedians. So their name are Eric Bernier and Catherine Chabot. At description, I have the time here. Category, okay, probably that Denis Pelletier does exist. No?
And Miguel, who's the production company for that play? I think it would be good information to add in the description.
No clue. You would have to look into it.
Let me look into that.
Ah, Denis Pelletier pas là. Bon. Montreal Theater. Huh. See? Bon. What to do when you do it? You go on Wikipedia to find an image that is closely related to what you're looking for. Say an image of the theater. You go on Commons. You look what the categories are. All in theaters in Montreal. C'est pas satisfaisant. Any suggestion, team? Okay.
You can click on art and hall and theater in Montreal and look if there is another one property.
Okay.
Go back, click on hall and theater in Montreal if you can do it. So wait a little second and go down to see. No, if you go down,
I have one. See, I don't know why. Théâtre Saint-Denis. Ah non, ok, Denis Petit. Oui, vas-y.
yeah. Go Okay, if you
Theater
go down,
in Quebec.
yeah, but hall and I think hall and theater is in Montreal. Can
Okay. Okay, let's
yeah,
start with that.
well, no, okay, no, I understand what you mean. Yeah, maybe you can put theaters in Quebec or
Okay.
There's a
performing,
category as well for rehearsals. That would be a good one.
Okay.
and you can
For the sake of the time, keep it, I mean, you can like we would do a better search for categories at that point. But let's
Yeah.
say that we go with only with theater in Quebec. Okay, not the city but the province, and we then publish. And now I know. Okay, there's a Wikidata item for display. Lover. There is Théo Denis Pelletier, Eric Chabot. So okay, see. Person we see. I'm using the item ID. It's easier because I'm sure to have the right item. Because if there is more than one Eric Bernier, I would have to choose the right one. I've done this work prior. So what would be prominent? Rehearsal? Les Amoureux?
Yeah, I'd go with rehearsal because
Rehearsal? Okay.
the item for the play describes the actual dramatic work, like the play as it would be published in a book, not this particular production of that play. So yeah, rehearsal would be a good pick.
Okay. Bon, now it's not over because I have to send an email to Isabeau. I'm writing to Isabeau asking her to send an email to Wikimedia Foundation indicating that she accepts to share or to share this content under this license. So there's a template here that exists for such an email. Link is provided in the agenda, but I've prepared it. So in short, Bonjour Isabeau, I've discussed with her previously. As discussed previously, could you please send an email to this email address with the content below? Thanks, Miguel. Object, release of right. I hereby affirm that Isabeau Blanche, blah, blah, and an exact URL of the file uploaded on Wikimedia Commons. I can click copy here, and I add it here. And have the legal authority, blah, blah. See? Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike 4.0, Isabelle Blanche, copyright holder, and the date. And then I send it. When you do that, make sure to do to make a follow-up with the person you're sending the email to, because I've done that and 50% of the time the person did not understand that there is another step to do, and it's not a straightforward task to make understand to the copyright holder what he or she is doing exactly. It is complicated when you follow this path. If you have the opportunity to take a picture yourself, I would encourage you to do so. It's it's easier, trust me. But we can't always do that. And then you have to go through this process using an email, which is probably the easiest way to do that. That being said, when you do that, a team will open the email and add a ticket number into the data, into the description of the file. And then after that, someone will inspect it. It can take weeks, if not months, before actually a volunteer has the time to do so. Another thing, maybe before I end, and it's very, I think, important. When you are on Commons and you have your account, let me share my screen. Make sure that you have set your preferences to receive an email when there's an update or modification that is done. So you click on preference here when you logged in. The last check here, you have to check them, the checkbox, because then you will receive an email, because if your file is about to be deleted, and that might happen, you want to be aware of it, and you don't want to go on comments every day or every week to know if it's going to happen. This is an important thing. Bonus, if you want to know who's doing what with your image, you can create a Google alert with your username that you're using to upload the image. I received an email this week. Let me show you something amazing. You still see my screen? So a Google alert with that link with my name from the Guildforgian. What, do you recognize the chair? Huh? See, that's my arm having a COVID-19 vaccine shot. This is uploaded on Commons, and it's not a good picture, trust me. But because it is easy to find it and it doesn't have a license, it is used. People in the news media in the Netherlands, don't know why, use a lot Commons, pictures on Commons. So there are other part of my anatomy, my hand, that can be found on some news outlet in the Netherlands. So it's very, very powerful when you upload an image on Commons. It will be reused.
There's a question from Justine, which is a very relevant question because her question relates to a case that a lot of performing arts people experience. Usually we're hiring a professional photographer to take a photo of a headshot or photo of a production or anything like that. And you know, at the time of contracting the person, you don't think that you might want to upload the photo on Wikimedia Commons. So yes, the safest way to ensure that the photo will stick is to ask them to provide that declaration of consent themselves. But there are other possibilities. If you are wise enough to actually include a release of rights in the contract with the photographer, and that you reuse the exact language that is on the Wikimedia Commons website, you could just provide the copy of the contract as a documentation that consent was provided. And if that contract is even as specific as saying that the intent is to upload the photo on Wikimedia Commons, then you're 100% covered. That would be the ideal way to go, because then the matter is dealt with upfront with the photographer. You could also use another email template asking the photographer their authorization to upload the work, asking that they reply to you, and then you forward that reply to the Wikimedia Commons volunteer response team. That's another method that you have more control over, but the odds that it will actually succeed are not quite as high as if the consent release was sent by the photographer themselves.
That's a very good question. I'll give you my answer, and I would be interested to hear if Frederic has anything to add, or maybe Véronique, to this. First of all, structured data has been linked to Wikimedia Commons in 2018. So most, if not a huge majority of the pictures or media file that has been uploaded before 2018 do not have any structured data. So you can benefit from being the first one to add structured data to this specific item. So it's a good thing. You have an opportunity there. Where do you start? Where do you end? For myself, I would go with the time I have to spend on that. So when it's easy, I go through it quickly. And when it's not easy, but it is something that is important to my heart, So I'll spend more time on it and add structured data. Also, it's easier when you have a bulk of images of files. You can find all the structured data and then you just copy them. It goes faster. That would be it, but it's I don't have any theoretical background on that. Frédéric, Véronique, do you want to add something? I'm curious to hear you.
So my response would be, first of all, try to assess what is the main focus of that image. What is the main thing that we're seeing? Make sure that you at least state this one. And if you want to add more, you may. Then you may set one to be the primary thing that is described on the image. I suggest that you also put yourself in the shoes of persons who might be reusing that photo. What concepts would they be interested in within the photo? So if you are, for example, representing a photo of a performance, then yeah, to know that it's a performance generally is great, but possibly the person using the photo might be looking for a theater performance, or even better, you know, a specific theater performance by a given company. So those would be items that would be very pointed, very narrow, and that would make it easy for people looking for that photo to find it and to reuse it. And another thing, definitely, if the photo represents a work in the performing arts or a creator or contributor in the performing arts, make sure that you do provide those depict links to those items, because then it makes it possible for a robot to crawl from the image to the work, to the creators, and assemble that and deliver this information in whatever way they think will serve the needs of their users.
I knew your answer would be interesting, Frédéric. I knew it.
Here's another bit of answer. Structured data is awesome, but sometimes the item doesn't exist and you don't know how to create it. Leave it empty, but then you can rely on the description in the other side of the when you look at a page of a file in Wikimedia Commons, you can look at the file information or the structured data. In the file information, there's a space where you can provide, you know, as long a description as you want. So if you provide a very detailed description, then some Wikimedians like me could just go and think, oh yeah, this one is missing a depict value, and I might just go create the item and add the depict link. So some people do that. I do.